Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Erin with Sassy Beauty Budgets, and thank you all again for taking your time out to tune in for another video. I have been wanting to do a debt confession update for a while, and today is the day, so let's get started. First of all, I'd like to apologize for my handwriting. I don't have the best handwriting, so I do apologize. I will zoom in so you guys can kind of like see better. Okay, so I did a debt confession back in July. That video is, if you want to check out that video. So as of right now, I'm just going to tilt this over a little bit. Okay, so IKEA, let me use the blue. IKEA, which I love IKEA. And the credit card overall has been pretty good. So currently the balance for my IKEA credit card is $2,049.21. The interest is 21.99%. Minimum is $63. And the due date, not that it's important, but it's due on the 11th. Now keep in mind, let me just zoom in a little bit. Even though it is $63 the minimum, I was paying the minimum like $150. So just keep that in mind. And with interest, but like I said, this credit card, I don't mind it, but I do eventually want to pay it off. Okay. Next is Capital One. Guys, Capital One is one of those cards. If you cannot pay the balance off every month, it's not worth it. And this is where my anxiety kicked in, especially the Capital One BJ's credit card, where I was just like, I am done. $54 interest if the balance wasn't paid in full. And I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm not having this. Like, literally, I'm just throwing my hard-earned money away. So I was done. So Capital One, the balance on that was $2,350. And the interest on that, I have my little cheat sheet, was 29.99%. And the minimum on this one was $53. And that was due on the 11th. Okay, so let me get my iPad because I did, you know what, let me list all the debt and then I'll tell you guys what I paid off. Next is Lowe's, which I love. This finance my kitchen countertops, which I love. It was a great promotion. Actually, this balance wasn't due until I think April of 2024. But then again, I was just like, I don't know what can happen. I am a federal employee and I may get furloughed. So I need to eliminate as much debt. To me, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, just in case. I don't want to have to worry about, you know, credit card bills, anxiety, stress. And plus we had the money in savings, but it was just one of those things, like you have the money, but then it's kind of like, oh, should I save it? Should I spend it? And I was just like, to the point, I'm spending it. So, all right. So Lowe's was $3,700. $786. And there was no interest, and the minimum for that was $38. And that was also due on the 11th. Okay. Next is Discover, which Discover card is great, but again, if you can't pay the balance off Discover and your Capital One, it's a no-go at this station. Like, done. All right, so that $1,787. Interest rate was 25.99. Let me zoom in if you guys can see. Okay. And the minimum was $66. And that is due on the 1st. Next is Citi, and these debts are combined. My husband and I, we have one account. He has credit cards, but I pay all the bills. So, yeah. So Citi currently, as of right now, I have my little cheat sheet, is $860. And what is the minimum? The interest rate, I think it's a promotion. So there's no interest. And the minimum is $20. And that is due on the 6th of each month. The 6th. Okay. And next is BJ's, and this was a Capital One card, and the balance on this was $2,532.75, and the interest was 25.74, and the minimum was $84, and that was due on the 10th. Next is Navy Federal Credit Union, and that balance was, where is my Navy Federal? I think it was like $1,200. And I don't remember what the interest is. And the minimum was like $40 a month. And that was due on the 1st. And then, of course, Best Buy. This is actually my husband's credit card. Best Buy is like $1,300 and something. I don't remember offhand. And the minimum, the interest rate for Best Buy, where is my cheat sheet? I don't have the interest right now, but the minimum is $42, and that is due on the 22nd. And then my car loan, and as of right now, I owe $5,632. And again, sorry guys. And my payment are $345. And you know, being that it's so low now, it's going towards actually paying off the loan now. So, okay, so let me get my iPad so I can show you guys why the anxiety was the way it was. All right, let me just log in. Okay. So, I don't know if you guys can see this. All right, let me try zooming in. Okay, so you can see right now for Lowe's, okay, our current new balance is $1.05. I don't know, maybe it's residual for interest, but if you can see here that we paid $2,038, and that was in the month of September. Okay, so previous balance as of September 20th was $3,482, and now the current balance is $105, and I did take care of that the other day, so that is taken care of, if you guys can see that. All right, next is Discover, another one. Guys, you have to try to read your statement. Look at how much I paid in interest. $457.74. Okay, I'm over it. So I did make a payment on September 28th, and that was for, $1,787.47. So I am happy to say that I am done with Discover. All right, next is, I think this is Capital One. You guys can see that, Capital One. Okay, so interest again, $43.30, that's fine. On September 28th, I did make a payment for $2,337.06. Okay, so this is one, I think this was, which Capital One was this one? Okay, so this was the regular Capital One credit card. Okay. All right. No, actually, I think this might have been, oh, this one was the BJ's credit card. Yeah, I think this was this the BJ's? I'd have to look back. All right, next is, I think that is it. Okay, so Discover, we did Lowe's. Oh, so maybe this was the Lowe's payment. Let's see. Oh, no. Okay, this was a purchase at Lowe's, merchandise. Okay, so we bought something at Lowe's, but this is the Capital One credit card that if you go to a Capital One branch itself, you can actually pay at the ATM. So we actually went in the bank September 30th and paid at the ATM because I tried to avoid the interest. And well, the interest got to me anyway, I think. So we paid the Capital One credit card at the Capital One bank ATM, and then the BJ's credit card, that's what I paid online. Yeah, so this is what I paid online for the BJ's credit card. So if you can see that, that was $2,337.06. So as of right now, so Capital One, adios. Lowe's, goodbye. Discover, goodbye. BJ's, you were like You were the reason. You were the reason. You were the reason. Because I can't with Capital One. Navy Federal, that was also paid off. I went to the actual branch and paid that off. So this was paid off. This is paid off. This is paid off. This is paid off. And this is paid off. So we still have car loan, Best Buy, Citi, and IKEA. So let me get my calculator. So back in July, when I did my debt confession, at the time, let me just write this down. So July of 2023, I owed $19,799.31. I don't include my mortgage. Let me just move this in my debt confession because it's just long-term debt. But I don't know. So we just don't include that. So this is kind of like consumer debt and, you know, whatever else. My husband's car is paid off, so we don't have to worry about that. So this was July. So in October of 2023, New Balance is, let me get my calculator. So IKEA, I will work on that. But again, like my anxiety, guys, got the best of me. And I think it was Oprah, when you know better, you do better. Like I was just like, not that I am passing judgment, but for me, like I just can't. I can't. And I tried the snowball method, but I needed to like get rid of it like quick. And the easiest way for me to get rid of it quick was to more or less just, you know, we had the funds, take it out and just take care of it. So, because my husband's like, why are you stressing? It's just so easy for guys. Okay. So $2,049 and then $860, $1,300 for Best Buy, car loan 5632. Am I missing something? Okay, IKEA, we still owe. Citi, we still owe. Best Buy, we still, yeah. So as of right now, my new balance is $9,841.21. So from July, and we did increase the debt from July, obviously, but so July was $19,799.31, and as of October, we're really like the end of September, $9,841.21. So we paid almost $10,000 in debt. Okay, so technically paid $9,958.01. Okay, I think that is all of it. Let me just make sure. Yep, Discover. Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. You know, part of budgeting, again, it's what works for you. What works for me may not work for you. Maybe you can't be as aggressive. But for me, like I said, it was just like, my paying off my debt was anxiety driven. And I just needed to do something. And again, I don't know whether or not I will be furloughed come November because, you know, there's no speaker in the house. So, you know, the government may be shut down, and it's just, you have to like sit down and kind of like reevaluate. So that's what I do. I love cash stuffing because it has changed my life. I mean, we make a pretty good salary, but it doesn't matter if you make a good salary, because if you're not budgeting, your money is just going. And now we are like accountable, and it is great. And it's just, I just feel better that I don't have this mountain of, you know, like debt. And I know you guys have a lot more debt, and, you know, whatever works for you guys. And, you know, that's okay, because, you know, you take a little bit from this channel, take a little bit from that channel, and then you can, you know, make like a collage on what may work for you. And that is the beauty of this budgeting community, that we can all take a little bit of something from everyone and see how it goes. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So again, thank you for tuning in. Have a great week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.